Alright, hey everybody, we're back for another episode of Hop's Metal Show. We're at Metal Cave. I'm Hopper.
Hartman.
We're going to do top 10 Ozzy albums. And I'm probably going to ruffle a lot of feathers. Well, I'm sure I am. Because mine's way different from probably a lot of people would disagree. But before we even start talking about Ozzy, I'm gonna give a shout out to Sons of Texas. Actually, my sons, Keely and Hayden, were telling me about these guys. They're pretty awesome. They're like a cross between Pantera and Seven Dust. So this is actually the first album. They got 2 out. But if you're something to listen to and you'd like something along the lines Pantera, Seven Dust, I'd say check them out. Sons of Texas. Alright, so now on to the countdown. And I'm going to go ahead and say it now. Billy told me last summer, Billy Lambert, which I'd say is probably the biggest Ozzy expert out there, probably in the world. But he said there's no certain order, that all Ozzy rules. So if you don't like the order I got him in, I'll let you settle with Billy. But I think Billy will be happy with any kind of order as long as it's Ozzy. I believe it's all good with him. Wouldn't you say?
Yep.
But anyway, my first one is Scream. That's my number 10. Probably it's my least favorite of all the studio albums. I mean, it was alright, but I went back and listened to all these before I picked my order, kind of refreshed me on them, but there really wasn't nothing in here that really stuck out for me. I don't know how Randy feels about Let It Scream, but I didn't really hear anything on there that I was in love with. But that's Let It Scream. That was my number 10.
Same thing. Scream. This is that special double disc tour thing. It bonus tracks. As I got song Life Won't Wait, Soul Sucker, Digging Me Down. I really loved it. I like the video for Life Don't Wait because it tells a story of whatever through all the different decades. So that's actually a pretty good video. Probably my favorite video off this album. That's the last one he ever did.
I might have to check that out. I don't think I've ever seen that video.
Yeah. You could just get that video, Greatest Hits. It's got every video ever made. I've got it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's same as his. That's number 10 on mine.
And don't think ours are going to be the same, because I'm pretty sure they won't be. They might be the first couple, but I think we get on down in here to nitty gritty. I don't think they're going to be close. All right, so my next one is Down to Earth. Not a bad album, I guess. Gets me through. Zakk Wylde plays on this, and Dreamer. I like Dreamer. I think that's a great song.
It's a wonderful song.
I don't know if many people know this, but I think, did you know Rob Zombie directed the video for Dreamer?
No.
Dreamer. Mm-mm. But yeah, I'd heard that when I saw the video. Actually, they had said that. But yeah, this is pretty good. It's a pretty good CD. This is my number 9. And back to my number 10. Who played guitar on Let It Scream?
Gus.
Alright. I didn't know. Somebody was asking me the other day, and I said, man, I'm not even sure if Gus played on any albums.
That was the only one he played on.
But yeah, that was my number 9. And I'm pretty sure I saw him on that tour. I saw Ozzy a lot on the Ozfest years. So I think I only missed one Ozfest, so I'm pretty sure I saw him tour on that album. But what you got for number 9?
9, Speak of the Devil, which is a very rare CD to find. I got this at the metal shop. It used to be over in Luray. It's nothing of his solo career. It's just all stuff from his Ozzy era. But my God, this is just a masterpiece. And
is that Brad Gillis?
Yeah.
Played on
this
that?
Was just, oh my God.
Brad Gillis, Night Ranger, right? Correct.
Yep. If I could have, I would have thrown that in my artwork. If I could have had a number 11, that would have been in there. Him with that blood coming out of his mouth. But that's one hell of a live album.
Yeah,
Speak of the Devil.
All right, so my next one, we're going with Osmosis. Decent album. I mean, Perry Mason's a good song. See You on the Other Side. There's another one on here, Thunder Underground. Probably 3 songs I like. And Billy's probably gonna hate me, but I'm not even sure who played on this album.
Zach.
Did Zach play on this album?
Yeah.
All right. So I guess I'm not as big a fan as I thought because I didn't realize Zach played on this album.
Yeah.
For some reason, I was thinking Joe Holmes played on this.
Zach played on that one. That was a 3-way release day that day. Billy and Jerry were with me. Town and Campus Records. It was Ozzy Osmosis, Anthrax Stomp 442, and Gwar Ragnarok all on one night. So that's how I remember that.
Yeah, it's not too bad of an album.
Yeah.
I mean, it's my number 8.
Yeah. Mine. Freaking tribute, man. Back in my alcoholic days, I drank a lot of beer to this album, and this is right here. But putting that aside, this captures Ozzy's first 2 albums live with Randy Rhoads. This right here is just a 4-star masterpiece right here. I love this album. I love it to death. Tribute number 8.
Yeah, I'll give Tribute. That's a good live album. Oh, yeah, I was debating on putting it in here, but I figured I'd rank all the studio albums. All right, so next one we're gonna go with is Black Rain. I don't know if anybody can see it's too good, but I got a digipack. This was, I think, when it first come out. You got free Ozfest. Well, right here it says you got free Ozfest tickets if you bought this. But I think that was, I don't remember it being exactly free Ozfest tickets. We went that year, but this is pretty decent. I went back and listened to it. After I went back and listened to it, I was like, damn, this is a good album. Because this had I don't want to stop. There was another song here that was really good. Not Going Away. That's real good. Here For You. But yeah, this got some really good stuff on it. If you haven't checked it out in a while, you ought to go back and listen to it.
Good one.
Because it's a damn good one. But that's it for that. Black Rain.
Mine. Osmosis. Right there. Perry Mason, I Just Want You. Ghost Behind My Eyes. Thunder Underground. See the Other Side. My Little Man. This was really good in a time when that grunge crap came in. Ozzy stayed true. I like this one. I like the cover too with all those eyes. Osmosis. Come in next. Ozzy.
Alright, my next one. Bark at the Moon. I was a late bloomer in metal, so I didn't hear this till years after it come out. Like I told you earlier, The Ultimate Sin was probably my start out on Ozzy. But this is pretty good. I don't know, not in love with the album. I really like the song Bark the Moon. That's definitely a highlight of the album. That song puts it up where it's at. I mean, it's an awesome song. It almost sounds like Randy wrote that solo.
Yeah.
Because that solo for that song is just unreal. But that's my pick right there, Bark the Moon.
Next up, No More Tears. Oh my God, he definitely gained an audience with this that he didn't have, but he didn't sell out. You know, like certain bands start with an M, end with an A. This is really good. Mr. Tinker Train, I Don't Want to Change the World, Mama, I'm Coming Home, Desire, There's Not a Bad Song. Plus, this is the re-release. Don't Blame Me and Party with the Animals. You had to get Billy. Remember, I don't know. You had to get 2 cassette singles to get those, but now you get them on this, and those were just cuts that didn't make the record. I don't know why, but this is one of the best albums he ever done.
Yeah, he was firing on all
No More
cylinders
Tears,
there.
Right here. This was excellent.
Man, I think Zach took him to a whole new level. But yeah, definitely a great album. No doubt about that. All right, my next one, Diary of a Madman. Now, I'll probably get some hate here. I know we're getting into stuff. This probably should be a 1 or 2 in a lot of people's eyes, but I mean, it is what it is. I mean, like I said, I was a late bloomer on Ozzy, and when I listen to Ozzy, I want to hear the stuff that I remember first hearing, and Diary of a Madman didn't come along till later on. it was one of them that I went back and found. I mean, just everybody was like, man, you got to hear Diary of a Madman. So that's the reason why it's not a 1 or a 2. But anyway, that's my pick there, Diary of a Madman.
Mine, one that started it all, Blizzard of Oz. This is the remixed, remaster where you get tracks that wasn't on it. The live track. This is after he got fired from Black Sabbath. No one knew that he could make it on his own. Well, he proved them wrong, didn't he? This is just right here, Randy Rhoads and him. What a creative partnership that they had. Man. This, my God, this is like, if I have a top 10 debut albums, this would be right up there. Probably at least 3.
Yeah, I'd
right there. And the cover's good too. Blizzard of Oz.
So we wasn't too far off there. My next pick, Blizzard of Oz. Yeah, Randy's right. I mean, everybody was like, probably Ozzy's done. Once he left Sabbath, it's over. Well, I think Sharon had other plans, and Ozzy had other plans, and other plans he did, man. He produced a masterpiece. I mean, firing right out of the gate. I mean, you can't go wrong. Crazy Train, Mr. Crowley, Goodbye to Romance. Really, pretty much every song on this album's good. But that's my next pick, Blizzard of Oz.
Oh. Flip flop. Diary of a Madman.
Yeah, it is pretty wild.
This is the box remastered. It's a live show on the other disc from that tour. At this time, he was high on the hog, boy. Creating controversy wherever he went, but controversy creates cash, and no one did it quite like him. And this backed it up. Another creative partnership with him and Randy Rhoads. Not a bad song to be found. Diary of a Madman.
I think you can kind of tell we got into music about the same time. This right here shows because we're pretty much on the same page.
Yep.
And I think we're on the same page for the same reason, if it's like me. Because, I mean, this is where I experienced this. Yeah. All right, my next pick, I'm going with the album that nobody wants to talk about, The Ultimate Sin. Like I was telling y'all in another show, probably my introduction to Ozzy. Shot in the Dark. Shot in the Dark might even be the first Ozzy song I ever heard. But, man, Jakey Lee was phenomenal on this album. I mean, this album's great. Shot in the Dark, The Ultimate Sin, Thank God for the Bomb. I mean, this album's got a lot of good songs. Jakey Lee don't get nearly the credit he deserves. Ozzy don't even like the album, don't even show the videos to the album. But I'm not sure why there's so much hate. But give it a spin if you haven't listened to it in a while. This is my pick right here.
Next up, Bark at the Moon. The very first Ozzy cassette that I ever bought. Then and I discovered Blizzard of Oz, Diary, and so forth and so forth. This is the one that started it all. This is the remaster one. This has got 2 songs that didn't make it back in the day. Spiders, which is great, and one up the B-side. Oh, shit. It's a hell of a song. This is awesome. Jakey Lee, like he said, didn't get the credit he deserved. Randy died. He came in, and the show kept going. And he never got the respect and the credit he deserved. And he wrote a lot of songs on this record too. So this is an awesome album. Bark at the Moon.
You know, Randy, I didn't think this was gonna happen, but we might have the same number one. We're narrowing down here, and we haven't. My number one you haven't showed yet. So, all right. But Randy has showed my number 2, and as everybody knows, I'm a huge Zakk Wylde fan. And, man, you can't go wrong with No More Tears. The Air, man, the music was pumping, great coming in, and such good music released at that time. My favorite, this album contains favorite Zakk solo. I mean, the solo, No More Tears, is freaking phenomenal. I mean, that solo, and he set it there. I mean, he set the standard on this album. And they sold a lot of albums on this album. Like he said, lineup was killer. I mean, you couldn't go wrong. I think the live lineup was Zakk Wylde and Randy Costello, Mike Inez, and Ozzy. I mean, but I don't know. I was talking to String about that. We was talking about the lineup on this album. But after we got thinking about, man, did Ozzy ever have bums? to play live. I mean, it's kind of like Whitesnake. Man, he always has the best of the best.
Megadeth, too.
Yeah. Always has the best of the best. But my number 2 is No More Tears.
Coming in at 2 for me. No Rest for the Wicked.
Always don't have the same number 1.
There it is. Jesus Christ. The album cover in Zakk Wylde's Initiation of the World, baby. Right here it is. This is the re-release with The Liar and just Miracle Man Live. Not a song on here that's bad. And it's too bad the old man doesn't even remember making this one. He said he was high on LSD, and I believe it. That's okay. But we remember it. This right here. If all the guitar album things of an Ozzy album, this is...
Have you ever heard the story about, speaking of him not remembering an album, he didn't even remember auditioning Zakk.
Never heard that.
Zakk come in and did scales. I mean, he was just warming up. He hadn't even started playing yet, because he even said this. And they come in, he was just running scales, and they come in, he's like, you got the job. He's like, dude, I didn't even start playing yet. And he's like, I already got the gig just warming up. And he's like, I didn't really feel like if it was legit at first, or I kind of felt like I was being overlooked. But I guess all set aside, man, he done a lot for Ozzy, man. Ozzy done a lot for him. So it all worked out in the long run. All right, so here it is for me. The number 1, No Rest for the Wicked. Man, I love this album. This album defines Ozzy, I think. I mean, it's my favorite album. Crazy Babies, Miracle Man, Devil's Daughter. I mean, yeah, and it's Zack's debut. You hear Zakk all over this. I mean, and we get to see what's to come. We know a lot of stuff's getting ready to happen. But this was a big deal for me. I mean, it was such a big deal. I know when vinyl come back in, and I was looking through my old albums, I'd bought this on vinyl just to have it.
Yeah.
I didn't have a record player when I'd bought it on vinyl, but I still listen to this. I still enjoy this album probably as much as I did. Oh, I know as much as I did when I purchased it, maybe even more now. So, but No Rest for the Wicked is my number 1. Hope Billy was happy with it. Hope everybody else was happy with it. Yeah. But I gave you my spin on Ozzy's Top 10 collection.
Here's the last one. Top of the World, Mom. The Ultimate Sin. How you like that? No one saw that coming. He can hate the album all he wants. This is one hell of an album from one awesome tour. Shot in the Dark, Lightning Strike, Sick or Lose, Never Know Why, Fool Like You. And Jakey Lee got his hair pulled a lot on this album. This is a great record. Bar none. The videos were good. The tour was that VHS tape that came out to support this was good. The album art is good. There's nothing to be found on this that is bad. This is my favorite. When that wore the cassette out of that so bad that I think the ink and stuff went off of it. And that wasn't even a clear cassette. It was a white tape. And it had all those thumbprints. There's mine. Ozzy, The Ultimate Sin.
Yeah, probably nobody did see that coming. I don't know if we go get hate or Randy wasn't in the top. Hell, he barely made my top 5. But I like Randy. I mean, I'm not even cutting Randy Rhoads at all. I mean, they're masterpieces. And it's like Billy Lambert said, they're all good. I mean, it's hard to pick them out, but I mean, there's some that I can put further down the collection, but there's some that, it was hard to pick. When you got the top 5, I felt it was hard to pick which way you was going to go. It was just a little bit of why I went with this album, why I went with that album. But, when you suggested doing Ozzy's top 10, after I did, it was good. I sit down and listen to all that stuff. That's what's cool about these top 10s is I go back and listen to albums, and I haven't listened to them stuff. Some of that stuff I haven't listened to for a while, and I forgot how good it was. Kind of like Black Rain. I hadn't listened to that, maybe since it come out. And, man, that's a good album. So if y'all haven't listened to Black Rain, you need to go back and listen to it. Or any of the Ozzy stuff, really. But I guess we're going to wrap this one up. We're going to do some more top 10s. We kind of got some ideas, kind of shuffling around. Be a couple weeks. We'll get you some more videos. And like I said, anybody wants to do got any ideas or wants to be on video, you're more than welcome. There's plenty of room and there's plenty of music to talk about. and there's plenty of top tens to do, believe me. But and there's plenty of fans in the metal world. And just to let y'all know, we just do this because, man, I don't know about Randy. It's fun as hell.
It is.
And it just lets everybody out there know that, man, there's people just like you that still listen to this stuff and are still proud to say they're a metalhead. I mean, MTV might not be plugging the videos, the radio might not be plugging the videos, but we're still supporting the bands.
And that's fine. Me, I like it better that it's underground.
Yeah.
I'll call them out when certain bands are underground, when they're really good and they get the almighty dollar, they stick a load of anger up your ass.
Yeah.
How you like that? That's pretty good.
That was pretty good. A load of anger. I think you can't say it no better there. I mean, yeah, they're a prime example of what happens. But, I mean, they're still putting out music, and I still put
the top-selling album of 2018, I got a list. They're number 1, and the Black Album is number 6.
Ain't that crazy?
And
that is just ridiculous.
And I salute them. That's amazing. What an amazing accomplishment.
But who the fuck don't own it?
I don't get it.
I mean, when it's like, I think Guns N' Roses' greatest hits.
That's in
like
there.
The other one, it's like, who don't own this stuff?
Yeah.
But it's cool. I mean, they say rock's dead, and I know not everybody out there is a big Poison fans, but my daughter suggested she wanted to go see him for Father's Day. I was like, well, what the hell? I haven't seen Poison for a while. It might be a good show. Man, they kicked ass. And there was a lot of people there. There was probably 20,000, 30,000 people there to see Poison. And, everybody makes fun of Poison and says this and that. Well, they can't hate them too bad when there's 20,000 to 30,000 people there to see
That's
Poison.
Right. And they haven't had any new material in years.
Yeah. And they say rock's dead. I went and seen Guns N' Roses last summer. Biggest show I've ever been to in the history of me going to shows. I think it was like 34,000 people. And they say rock's dead. Guns N' Roses is proven right now with $425 million that rock's far from dead. It's just MTV's just trying to force us, telling us dead. It's not dead. It's not going anywhere.
It's just underground.
Yeah.
Your music station now is your phone or your laptop. That's your MTV, people.
YouTube is our MTV.
Yeah, that's it.
If you want to find it, and it's like it was back in the day. It's still, man, you have to sift through a lot of bad stuff to find the good stuff, but it's out there. You just have to look for it, and word of mouth. It's like it was back in the old day. Friends tell friends about bands, and
but back in the day, you have them in this day and age, but not like it was in the magazines. I'm surprised what we got left. I mean, back in the day, when a new band or an old band would release a record, you found out through a magazine. Yeah. Now it's your phone. So let's put out an album. You don't even have to buy a magazine anymore. I miss it.
Well, we got Blabbermouth and Sleaze Rocks, and I want to tell you this little tidbit, and might as well tell you on video. George Lynch turned down the Rat gig. They called him up, and they couldn't get numbers to meet. Why in the hell are you going to fire Warren DeMartini, which I said the other day, anybody who knows anything about Rat is Stephen Pearcy and Warren DeMartini. Like it or not, that's Rat. But, and I heard something, Eddie Trunk said something. I know you think Eddie Trunk could suck a dick, but
I like him. He's just an ass kisser.
Eddie Trunk made a comment, and he's probably so right, that Rat died when Rob Crosby died.
Yes.
And I deeply agree with that. Rob Crosby must have been the glue that held Rat together. Because, man, the only song they released that was worth a damn, well, that Infestation was a good album. Nobody Rides Free, awesome song. And Rob Crosby wasn't involved in that. But, man, they have been so dysfunctional since he's died. I mean, now it's like, now they fire Warren DeMartini. It's like, how in the hell do you even fire Warren DeMartini? But, I don't know. Maybe Mike Hardesty can give me a solution on why Rat's so dysfunctional, being he used to listen to a lot of Rat. But, and I listen to a lot of Rat, man. I love Rat. They're probably one of my top 5 bands. But they are probably one of the most dysfunctional bands, too. They're right there with LA Guns.
Yeah, it's like Wasp. You can have a Wasp as long as you got a Blackie Lawless. That's your main guy. With Rat, with the firing of him, and
you can't.
It just ain't gonna happen.
Anyway, we're gonna wrap it up. Yeah, if y'all are looking for stuff, I mean, I keep up on Blabbermouth and Sleeves Rocks. That's usually my two go-to information sites. But also I got my page, Hops Metal page. We do some stuff on there, and friends post videos, and we comment on favorite stuff, and it's a pretty interesting page, pretty fun. We all get in there, and all us metalheads kind of give our opinions on different stuff and this and that. But if you watch this video, go ahead and give us a like and subscribe to this, and see if we can get this going. We're getting a little bit of grounding on this, and hopefully we can do more of this. I had a pretty good time doing it.
I love it. It's fun.
But we're gonna go ahead and sign out of here. Y'all be good. Peace.